We're here back in the Fantasy Bar Big Monday in MLB. I've got 6 of my favorite plays on FanDuel and DraftKings, including a value play I think will be off the board. A couple studs I don't think people will be looking at. A way to get different from Coors Field. And of course, my favorite play of the night. Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Monday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. Welcome in to today's video. Now, before we get into the plays, as always, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and go and check out scoresandodds.com/beer for tons of great sports betting information. All right, tonight's slate, Coors Field. You know the rules. We're not going to bog things down. We're going to look for some plays outside of Coors Field. Also, a lot of weather spots that look dicey at best. East Coast, Midwest, looks like a lot of potential rain, some snow. We'll see. So we're going to try to avoid some of those spots. So let's get into it here. Let's start at first base with the big man from Tampa Bay, G-Man CHOI. This guy off to a red hot start, hitting almost 500 to open the season, but 3 multi-hit games for him over the last 5. And as you'd expect, big time numbers against righties. We're talking about an ISO at 272, a WOBA approaching 400 for him, and a very big hard contact rate. We've talked about this number. If it's around 50%, it stands out. When it's approaching 60%, we know there's some big contact coming. If you watch this guy, you know, big time upside, a lot of power in this bat. Now, Hendricks has struggled a bit with lefties. You see that WOBA on the screen, and ISO at 218, hard contact rate at 43%. And early weather reports here, looks like there may be a lot of wind blowing out to right field. Now, we know this may change, so keep an eye on it. I like CHOI regardless if that wind's blowing out. It's just an added benefit here. B-Man CHOI hitting leadoff here in the Monday 6-pack. All right, let's get our catcher here on DraftKings. We're going Will Smith of the Dodgers. Now, to be honest, I don't even hate this play on FanDuel. It's going to utilize your utility spot here with CHOI at first base if you choose to go that route. But Smith, that damn good as a catcher where I don't mind using him. And a lot of people don't like using catchers on FanDuel. This guy, been good. Let's look at some of the numbers here of late. Hits in 4 straight, 7 RBI over that 4 games. So been getting the job done, knocking in runs, righty on righty here, and solid numbers, 379 WOBA for him. But more impressively, very good against fastballs. And he's going to see a lot of those from Noah tonight. 463 weighted OBA, ISO at 406. And Noah vulnerable here against righties, 44% fly ball rate and ISO over 200. Will Smith checking a lot of boxes for me. Knocks out that catcher position, doesn't cost you a ton at just 4,100. All right, let's go to the other side of that game. Yes, we're going to pick on the great Clayton Kershaw with second baseman OZZIE ALBIES. I think this is a decent spot to target some Braves tonight. Nobody is going to be on the Braves after Clayton Kershaw and his almost perfect game. Controversial, yes, I think he should have finished the game if you are wondering. But nobody's going to be looking at Atlanta tonight. I think this is a decent spot here, especially for OZZIE ALBIES, a guy with good numbers against lefties, a lot of power, 261 ISO, a WOBA at almost 400 here, and matches up very well with what Kershaw's going to do. We know going to be a ton of sliders, ton of fastballs, 364 WOBA against that slider. Fastball, very good against that pitch, 468 WOBA and a 388 ISO. That's 84% of what Kershaw's going to throw on average to right-handed hitters. Don't be afraid to target some of these Braves. Should get very, very low ownership here. OZZIE ALBIES stands out even if he's a one-off for you tonight against Clayton Kershaw. All right, let's get you a value play. We're going to go back. We're going to pick our spots here with the Oakland A's. We're going to try it again with second baseman, third baseman, Sheldon NEUSE. Now, with a name like that, you got to make some noise here in the 6-pack. It worked the other day with Seth Brown, and I actually think not only is NEUSE in play, I think the A's in general could be a nice stack tonight. That's not going to cost you a ton, but NEUSE stands out even if you're not going to stack this Oakland team. Limited sample here, obviously, but we're still talking about 40 plate appearances. Very good start against righties, almost a 400 WOBA for him. Ton of power as well at 270. Watkins been an absolute disaster here against righties. Big numbers, 437 the WOBA allowed, 320 the ISO, and of course, as you'd expect, that power mix that we are looking for. A lot of fly balls at 41% and an alarming 53% hard contact rate against righties. Not good here. Oakland, again, a very sneaky stack. You can get in here pretty cheap. Sheldon NEUSE, almost minimum price over on FanDuel to help get some of these studs in your lineup. All right, let's stay with Oakland, but we're going to go to pitching next with Frankie Montas. So I love the bats, and I don't mind pairing them up with the starting pitcher. DraftKings a little bit easier to pull that off here, and he is a value over there. You look at the pricing between the two sites here. I don't hate him on FanDuel at 9,900, and on DK tonight, just again, such a value at 7,300, making life a little bit easier for you. First two starts have been solid, 6 strikeouts in each of those, and against much better offenses than what he's going to see here tonight in Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. Baltimore is not that, and there are a lot of strikeouts at his disposal here. In fact, when you look at his projected starting lineup, 7 of the 9 hitters have a 25% or higher strikeout rate against right-handed pitching since the start of last season. So Montas, I think he gets the strikeouts rolling again. You want to look at some of his strikeout props as well. I'm in favor of those. Frankie Montas is Oakland A's team I'm going to be loading up on here tonight against the Baltimore Orioles. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Very easy to play, guys, and this is simply a thank you to you guys for hanging out in the fantasy bar and checking out the video. All you have to do, get in the comment section right below the video, make sure you've hit that thumbs up button, and let me know who your Beast of the Night is. But most importantly, I need fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter of the 5. Don't even have to guess the name. You can if you want to. Just the fantasy points will go with FanDuel tonight. The closest guess wins himself a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Chance to check everything out, including the Plate IQ tool I'm always referencing here on the video, and Lineup HQ with projections, ownership projections. If you have not checked this out yet, it is a game changer, guys. Get yourself a free week here very simply by guessing fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter. All right, let's get to it. My favorite play for Monday night, you know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to spend some money here. We're going to go to the outfield with Shohei OHTANI of the Angels, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, I like this play for a lot of reasons, outside of the obvious that it's Shohei OHTANI, but I think a lot of people going to shy away here for a lot of reasons. Off to a bit of a slow start. Yes, we've seen some home runs, but the overall numbers not been great. We got Garcia on the hill, young pitcher with a lot of upside, a lot of talent. People may avoid him for that reason. And we have the aforementioned Coors Field that people may be loading up on. So I think ownership here will be a little bit lower than it should be. OHTANI, we know, numbers against righties, just what you'd expect them to be. ISO right near 300, WOBA approaching 400, solid 51% hard contact rate. And Garcia, yes, a lot of talent, no doubt, but I don't think he's unhittable. The numbers have shown that. 354 WOBA allowed to lefties, 213 ISO, and that power mix we're always talking about, 40% hard contact rate, 37% fly ball rate. I think OHTANI off the radar somehow tonight. Don't be afraid to pay that price on him here against Garcia. Shohei OHTANI, easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that wraps up for Monday night in the Fantasy Bar. As always, if you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video, along with your favorite, whether it's your favorite play of the night, your favorite stack of the night, your favorite value play, favorite pitcher, whatever it may be. Let's sound off in that comment section along with your guess for fantasy points on FanDuel for my highest scoring hitter. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. Let's go get them tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist